Coming up in tonight's bulletin, MCA launched the country's first ever Telecenter. Resilience of women in the public service acknowledged, and the Pacific Island students fighting climate change and Chamorro lawyer Julian Agon officially received the Right Livelihood Award. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. The Ministry of Communication and Aviation has launched the country's first ever Telecenter in Malaita province, marking a major step in expanding digital services across rural Malaita. Alex Dadamu reports.
The Ministry of Communication and Aviation yesterday launched the country's first ever Telecenter established at the Anon Atomea Provincial Secondary School in Malu Station, Malaita Province. The Telecenter is expected to boost the local economy by incorporating business services, education, and supporting the development of the rural digital economy in the province. Permanent Secretary Alwin Danitofea described the center as an innovation hub where new ideas are created.
It is the dreams of Solomon Island government to ensure that all its citizens experience the services that is expected of the central government. Therefore, it is the ministry's responsibility to come to us in partnership and collaboration to deliver such services. And today we are witnessing, as I had earlier alluded to, the first innovation hub in Solomon Islands. We will be delivering other 8 innovation hubs in Solomon Islands. From here, we'll be walking straight down to Choiseul Province to also launch another handing over for Choiseul Provincial School, the province school, with the new innovation hub. This is not an ICT lab. This is an innovation hub. What does that mean? That means that it is a space for innovation, a space for creating something new. It is not only a space for students, it is a space for all of us, the citizens of Solomon Islands.
Malaita Deputy Premier Honorable Randall Sifoni says the provincial government fully recognizes the importance of such digital transformation projects.
The Malaita Education Corporation Transformative Government fully recognizes such a digital transformation project. That is why it places in its main aim to improve the socio-economic livelihood of our communities digitally. This project, for sure, as a highlight, will complement and support our 4 key productive sector programs in agriculture, fisheries, tourism, forestry, and social sectors in health, teaching, and public administration.
Meanwhile, Anon Atomea School Principal Mr. Henry Barre expressed pride in hosting the center in his school.
A telecenter is not just a building, it is a community service. Placing it in a school is strategic because a school has structure, leadership, accountability, security, and governance. A school draws all cross-sections of society. A school is stable and permanent, saving generations. A school provides sustainability for long-term projects. An organized entity like government partnering with another organized entity like the school is the formula for meaningful and lasting development. Today, after 5 years of commitment, the Telecenter becomes a reality. This is the result of perseverance, partnership, and a vision bigger than ourselves. The Telecenter will transform digital learning, ICT access for the entire region, community training, rural development programs.
SIBC TV is aware that the Digital Transformation Initiative is being rolled out nationwide by the government through the Ministry of Communication and Aviation, and the next province to launch a Telecenter will be Choiseul Province. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
Women in the public service have been recognized as key forces for innovation and accountability within public service. Minister Honorable Francis Sade reaffirmed government's commitment to elevating women's leadership at the launch of the latest Women of Influence publication. Simon Tavake with the details.
The Minister for Public Service, Honorable Francis Sade, has acknowledged the resilience of women in the public service, describing them as key drivers of innovation, accountability and positive change. Honorable Sade made the remarks during the launch of the second Women of Influence publication series recently. He highlighted the important role women play in society, recognizing their courage, dedication and professionalism across all areas of the public sector.
Women in public service have long been drivers of innovation, accountability and community connection. Whether in administration, policy formulation, finance, health, education, rural development or resilience planning, women have been at the forefront of delivering resilient mothers to our families. The Women of Influence series gives us a platform to bring this achievement into the light, to celebrate the courage, dedication, and professionalism of women who continue to lead with integrity and purpose.
The minister reaffirmed that his ministry remains committed to advancing women's participation at every level of leadership within the public service.
The Ministry of Public Service remains firmly committed to advancing women's participation and progression at all levels of leadership. This commitment is not just in words, but also in action. This year, we proudly launched the Public Service Gender Equality and Social Inclusive Policy, a milestone achievement. This policy provides a clear framework for promoting gender equality in recruitment, promotion, leadership development, workplace culture, and decision making. It ensures that our public service becomes a space where merit is recognized, opportunities are accessible, and women are encouraged and supported to lead.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs, Honorable Kathy Nori, commended the women featured in the publication. She said her ministry continues to push for more women to be appointed to key senior positions within the public sector.
To set the benchmark, my ministries, the Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs, pushes to have more women appointed to key senior positions in the public sector. That push continues. And today, we are here to celebrate and acknowledge the work of our women in public sector. We acknowledge the efforts and dedication of these 5 women who we just had sharing, not only in their sphere of work, but also in the public sector and also community at large. And let me say this, you are truly role models that can influence future women and men to excel in whatever they do.
The Women of Influence series celebrates the contributions and leadership of women in the public service, from shaping national policies to delivering essential services and strengthening good governance in communities across Solomon Islands. 5 women were featured in the second publication series. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
Now, a major victory for climate advocacy was recognized in Sweden this week as the Pacific Island students fighting climate change and lawyer Juliana Aguan were honored with the Right Livelihood Award for helping secure the landmark ICJ advisory opinion on states' climate change obligations. Andre Mahanua reports.
Now comes a story about the most significant legal victory in the history of the climate movement. From classrooms across the Pacific Islands, where we already see the devastating impacts of climate change, students and their legal partners sparked a global movement.
The Pacific Islands Students Fighting Climate Change, PIS FCC, And Chamorro lawyer Julian Agwan officially received the Right to Livelihood Award on Tuesday. Known as the Alternative Nobel Prize, the annual award ceremony was held at Stockholm, Sweden. The PIS, FCC, and Agwan were recognized for their tireless fight for global climate justice, which helped secure a landmark International Court of Justice advisory opinion, reaffirming that states have legal obligations to prevent climate harm, protect human rights, provide reparations, and safeguard present and future generations. Solomon Islanders Solomon Yaw and Belinda Rikimani traveled to Stockholm to accept the award on behalf of the PIS FCC.
If our journey has meant anything, it is for this compelling reason. It is to live behind a story of hope for our children and their children, a story that they will not fear to retell, so that others may know who we are and where we come from. So long as these stories are carried forward, there will be no tide, there will be no cyclone, there will be no flood that will be strong enough to wash away the peoples of the Pacific.
First, we acknowledge our organizers, our nominators, to recognize the work shared with our core recipient. We extend our sincere congratulations and reverence to our fellow recipients. We also offer our eternal gratitude to the Namwa Araha, Araihan Mane, and Taka Taka Eco Village Conservation Foundation, who, through Hikua, entrusted us with the enlightenment of one of the Pacific's ancient and enduring civilizations, empowering us to join the collective effort in emphasizing to the International Court of Justice of the sacred obligations of states to uphold the principle of intergenerational equity.
Meanwhile, Agwan highlighted that frontline communities around the world are already using the ICJ ruling to push for climate justice.
All over the world, climate vulnerable countries and communities that are frontline communities are actually taking the opinion, the best pieces of it, and actually determining in what domestic courts and what regional forum, what international tribunals that they can go and leverage it now. Because that's what we need to do now to translate these abstract legal victories into tangible justice for frontline communities.
Andrea Ma'ahanwa for SIBC TV.
Now, after years of struggling with poor road conditions, communities in North Guadalcanal now benefit from $360,000 Solomon worth of road repairs funded under the 2025 CDF budget. Simon Tavake with more on this story.
The North Guadalcanal Constituency Office has invested $360,000 Solomon to repair 4 important roads in the constituency. The funding comes from the constituency's 2025 CDF budget provided by the national government. The roads being upgraded include Swagi Road from Bridge Barrel to Swagi Community, Maluka, Gilutai, Raimali, and the road leading to the Swagi Catholic Church. Speaking to SIBC TV, Member of Parliament for the constituency, Dr. Paul Bosawai says improving the roads will help communities take part more easily in social and economic activities.
This one I'm funded through Constituency Development Fund, whereas one of our aims is the basic economic livelihood infrastructure is the road for North Guadalcanal constituency. But these roads, I think, are also important for me. These roads are not feed him Honiara because of our farmer success him unable for contribute to food security below Honiara. But we will fund him now. Use him Constituency Development Fund under Essential Sector Law CDF Act 2023.
Time what women will try for doing marketing, or find them a very hard time. What sorry, take him now wheelbarrow for coming, take him to the market. Look at the cash, look at the age, look at the oil pump, a boundary road here for access him the track for Golo Market. So now this road here, I'm just constructed 2 weeks ago no more. What a very happy to us, what send them come with feedback office that first time lo after 5 or 6 years now that no any roads him maintain lo here.
Ministry of Rural Development Permanent Secretary John Misite says supporting constituencies across the country in ensuring the accessibility to services is one of their priorities.
Firstly, the most important one, I think the economic development now, we talk about. If you look around the area here, and farmland, as MP Hemi stating today, this road supports the farmers around here for access to market and also other investments that are going about in this area. All people down the village, the side sea, and the road there, the fishes too. So the economic aspect benefits where I'm supporting here. I think that's the most important thing. Accessibility to social services, health, education is quite important. So any road infrastructure for that matter is something that is we should value inside the process of here, and particularly North Guadalcanal. This is a very good investment under the CDF itself.
Speaking to SIBC TV, North Guadalcanal constituents thanked their MP and MRD for the maintenance and upkeep of their road.
Me want to say thank you too much lo okata current parliament member Blomipala with him CDO and okata workman blame lo office for assisting me pala because me come lo here lo 2005 here. And from 2005 and go backwards here, no any road lo here, or a woman lo here, or any emergency something to do with him health. Me pala have to wheelbarrow go lo road here, main road which is okata mane sabe lo okata meter and kind measurement. I say bara 2 kilometers straight na lo here, lo side see here from main road lo here. So me pala have to wheelbarrow go up lo road now. Or the woman here. Sometimes funny story happen too, yeah. If me pala will barom go what a good here today, the evening today time call. By the morning what I go, what a good time lose the road now. This wala road really am helping me pala this time. If me pala garem emergency for example, yeah, ambulance come karal siren come paklo house straight now. And before that one, lo osem me remember me about triple delivery happened lo here, yeah. Before time mi pala nongarem road. And mi pala strangle lo go one pala pikinini em die. Em die just because of mi pala no tekem go quick time po kata mane ko school mguto ta area ya po doing proper delivery no sem. So pikinini die lo here.
Ostem lo mi fala kata woman lo here lo especially mi fala lo here lo talo gilutai am teroku osem. Since okata member okata sa stand up, osem every time okata kam tale mi fala ba okata wakem road lo mi fala. But okata non do anything go okata finish 4 years blow okata finish. Then narawan kam osem okata same no ma. Go this time new honorable lo you me him stand up ya na mi fala just looking help him come lo home lo mi fala na. And mi fala kata woman mi fala happy too much because mi fala garem access lo road here for track em kam take mi fala for go lo market mi fala go lo good road mi fala go lo clinic wherever mi fala follow road here mi fala happy mi fala enjoy road lo mi fala time road em non good mengel mi fala ba karengo na lo el pamia o mi fala karengo lo main road na mi fala karem every market lo mi fala you imagine him by staka market mi fala karem mi fala go kam na mi fala using wheelbarrow. So this time mi fala bara happy to much so new life this time him easy for mi fala.
SIBC TV understands poor road infrastructure has been a long-time issue for the constituency. I'm Simon Tawake for SIBC TV.
Efforts to ease Honiara's growing traffic congestion are moving forward, with the Ministry of Infrastructure Development announcing that funding is now in place to commence a feasibility study for a major bypass road. Andrea Mahanua with more on this story.
A feasibility study will soon commence as part of efforts to develop an alternative bypass for motorists in Honiara. Responding to questions in Parliament this week, Minister of Infrastructure Development Ricky Fu'uo stated that funding has now been secured for the study.
A more long-term measure is we have secured funds for a feasibility study where will be carried out soon for another route, a link from outside Go Outcome through Betikama, Outcome, Kobito, around Kawakasim, White River, an alternative connecting existing routes to try and see if we can create another alternative route. So a feasibility study, we've secured funds for that. They should commence soon on that feasibility study. And once we have that report, we should seek funds for we start Wakalerna.
The development of a bypass is seen by authorities as a key step toward easing traffic in the capital. Plans for a bypass are outlined in two key planning documents, the Solomon Islands National Transport Plan 2017 to 2036 and the Solomon Islands National Infrastructure Priority Pipeline 2023. Andrea Maahanwa for SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb, our SIBC News Facebook page and our SIBC News YouTube page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.